for many is a place of comfort and love, and the idea of home normally brings back joyful memories and happiness to the person. Usually home is a place that is associated with positivity, and many films try to incorporate this idea. Yet to some people, home is a negative place. In Jocelyn Moore's 2015 adaptation of The Dressmaker, it shows how Tilly Dunnage returns home for the first time in 25 years. Yet her return to the town seemed to be conceived negatively by the people, but even herself finds hatred for the place that she once called home. Outlining that,
"I'm back, you bastards,"
shows the negative attitude that the protagonist has with her hometown and its people. On one side, we see people associate the town of Dungnatar as a place of love and joy, while others associate the place with hatred and vengefulness. So let me ask you this, why can a space such as Dungnatar be seen both as a place of love for many, but also a place for hatred to others? And how can this be distinguished in a single film? The idea of space and place can be linked to Dr. Hugh Davis's teaching. He identifies that space is something physical, planned, ruled, regulated, and objectively structured, while on the other hand, the idea of place is more subjective, remembered, and controlled by the emotions. To me, this is linked to a key understanding that a space is something physical, such as Dungnatar, which is a space that is located in rural Australia, with being a farm town with rundown buildings and farm mills, while place is how a person remembers a space and the emotional connection to it. We can see this with Tilly Dunnage, who associates the place of being vile.
"I'd rather die than make one costume for those vile idiots."
The perception of a place can also change. We see this with Marigold Pennyman, where at the beginning of the film she associates her home as a place of tidiness and order, hating the fact of disorder and uncleanliness. However, after realizing that her home has been cleaned physically, but still tainted with the misconduct and philandering, Marigold sees her home as a place of disorder and something that she wants to dissociate with. She gives up trying to clean the house and keeping the house pretty, and her sense of tidiness is gone. She didn't see this place as clean anymore. That's why she gave up. For a better understanding of space and place, we can link it to Lisa Bellier's poem Beautiful York Red River Gum, where the space of Melbourne is tainted with the view of genocide and colonisation to her. She explained how she sees Melbourne as a place where the Yara Yara tribe blood becomes the river-rich red clay, compared to me, where I see Melbourne as a place of comfort and home, and a place of modern living. Both Lisa's and I's perception of Melbourne are influenced by our emotion, and we both mentally perceive Melbourne in two different ways, although it is the same place. This is no different with Dungnatar, where Tilly Dunnage sees it as a place of negativity, while someone like Sergeant Ferret sees it as a place where he is not understood. The idea of place can be linked to the scene right here, where Tilly has a flashback of herself as a child. Compared to other scenes where the lighting is more saturated, this scene is less saturated, and the sad and dark music
God, please help me.
also highlights how Tilly doesn't like the place and sees the place as dull or unhappy. She can't call this place her home. Although she physically grew up in it, her emotional ties and past experience makes the place distasteful to her. Looking at my Week 4 blog, where I stated that even places have representations. We look at a home as a representation of love and joy. Yet the Dressmaker constantly breaks this by inserting many ideas that home is a place of distaste. It's just the emotional tie to it. And when she finally realized that she can call the place home, other events happen to further dissociate the place is no longer home for her. That's why in the end she burns the town, as she doesn't want to remember the place for which caused her pain, but really a town that she managed to corrupt and take down herself. She wanted to get rid of the idea of this place entirely. In the end, a space can be seen on two sides of a scale. It just matters on the emotional tie that each individual person has with the space. Film can distinguish the idea of space having multiple emotional ties by outlining the difference in people's emotion and the tie or history the person has with the place.